Hi guys, it's the Walking Series Who Dead here, king of the anime and manga unboxers and a lover of all things geeky here on YouTube. So back on the 21st of January 1998, one of the very best video game sequels of all time was released, and one of the top 5 PlayStation 1 games that was ever made came out, and it's celebrating its 20th anniversary today, and that is Resident Evil 2. Yo, I've got so much love for this video game, so many childhood memories. I was playing this game back when I was like 11 years old when it was released on the PlayStation 1, and to this day it's still one of my very best and very favourite video games that I've ever played, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say the very best Resident Evil game ever made. Also, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of Leon's campaign Scenario A, and I'm also going to be doing a really cool Resident Evil pickups video on this channel as well to celebrate it. So guys, let's geek out over Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 starts off where you're running through the streets of Raccoon City with hordes of zombies after you, where you get chased into the Kendo gun shop, and then you wind up in the Raccoon City Police Department. The gameplay for Resident Evil 2 remains basically the same as before on Resident Evil 1. You choose as one of 2 playable characters, the rookie cop, the fan favourite Leon Kennedy, and the little sister to Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield. You go around collecting key items and solving puzzles to move on to the next location. You have classic pre-rendered backgrounds, fixed camera angles, and like tank controls, because suspense and fear doesn't come from being able to see what's coming in front of you. It has to be like from these really crazy angles and zombies bursting through wooden boards and jumping through windows and crazy stuff like that. Leon and Claire encounter a string of different characters throughout the game, so their stories unfold differently, you know, with Leon meeting the mysterious Ada Wong and Claire meeting Sherry Birkin, a scared little girl searching for her parents.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Once you complete the game with one character, you unlock Scenario B. For instance, if you complete the game with Claire, you unlock Leon's Scenario B story. You get to see how one scenario looked from another character's point of view while running around Raccoon City getting chased by the Mr. X Scenario B boss, which was like a really cool feature. The things you do in Scenario A will also affect the other character in Scenario B, like if you choose between the submachine gun or the item pouch. This can make like a real big difference. You can leave one behind, or you can pick up both items and kind of screw yourself later on down the line. Resident Evil 2 had some really incredible replay value for a PlayStation 1 game, as you also unlock the 4th survivor mode with Hunk and Tofu. One of the best improvements in Resident Evil 2 is that you can tell your character's injuries simply by looking at their body language, instead of having to go into the item menu and checking their status in the classic, like, you know, green, orange and red, and to see how hurt your character is. If your character is on caution, they will hold their side in pain, but they're still like properly functioning. And also in danger status, your character's sort of like unable to move and they sort of limp and they're really slow in pain. Throughout the game you will encounter many different boss enemies, and in the comment section down below I want to know what was your favourite boss, because there were some cool bosses in Resident Evil 2. You get the G-Virus spawn, the giant crocodile inside the sewers, you get the giant moth in the laboratory. In Scenario B you get Mr. X, the tyrant, slowly like stalking you down, which was a really cool feature. And then you've got the big man himself, William Birkin, the G-Virus monster in all of his different forms. For me, it has to be Birkin. I mean, he was, you know, popping up every now and again, slowing you down. There was also another load of really cool enemies introduced to the game, like the Licker and like the Triffids in the laboratory.
You lose, big guy.
So I'm going to talk about my favourite moments in Resident Evil 2. For me, it's a really weird one. It's actually a cutscene, and that's where William Birkin gets assassinated by hunks like Death Squad team, stealing the G-Virus, and then you get this really amazing cutscene.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. We'll be at the rendezvous point in 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body?
The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there! Shoot! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Fire! You son of a...
A really cool little Easter egg that happens in Resident Evil 2, which I'm sure a lot of you know about, but I thought it was like a really cool little thing, is that if you don't pick up any items from the start of the game to the point that you get to the police station, if you go under the stairs, you meet a zombified Brad Vickers, the helicopter pilot from Resident Evil 1, you kill him, and then you pick up a special key for like extra clothes. And I thought that was a super cool little Easter egg that I wanted to share with you guys. So guys, I'm going to talk about my childhood memories from Resident Evil 2 and how I got the game, because I've got kind of like a weird little story for it. Basically, I was really good at athletics, and back in like the summer holidays of school, we get like 6 weeks off, and I was put in this like athletics camp kind of thing. I would have to go every Saturday, and I really didn't want to do it. And basically my mum's bargaining tool to make me do this was, I will buy you Resident Evil 2 when you finish this course. Now in England, in PAL regions, Resident Evil 2 actually came out in April. So I would get up every Saturday at like 6 in the morning, and I would absolutely hate doing this athletics course. And the only thing that would get me through it was, you know, knowing that at the end of this I would get Resident Evil 2, because it came out like roughly around the same time this thing ended. So and I remember just on the very last Saturday just being home and seeing bang Resident Evil 2 on the table, and I was so unbelievably hyped. And this is a game that I've played this Resident Evil game more than any other Resident Evil game, and I've completed it more than any other Resident Evil game. And in my opinion, it was bigger and better in every single way than the original Resident Evil. You know, more action, the music was absolutely incredible, cool enemies, cool boss fights. And for me as an 11-year-old kid, before the days of Let's Plays, I didn't have the internet at the time, so there was no like FAQ walkthroughs. I had a pretty decent and solid speedrun time, which for me was like 1 hour 30, which I go back and look at all these people that do it nowadays that have played this game for like the last 20 years, and I was doing a pretty solid time at an 11-year-old kid. So in the comment section down below, I want to know, what is your personal best speedrun time of Resident Evil 2? Thanks for watching the video guys, and going on this little Resident Evil 2 journey with me. Now in the comments section down below, I want to know, who was your favourite character introduced in Resident Evil 2? Was it like Leon? Was it Ada? I've always been a really big fan of Claire Redfield personally. I also want to know, what was your new favourite enemy type that was introduced? I was always a massive fan of the Licker, kind of like replacing like the Hunter. I want to know, what was your favourite moment in Resident Evil 2, as well as what's your favourite weapon? My favourite weapon was probably the custom shotgun with Leon, just like pow, and just like snap zombies in two. I just thought that was such a badass weapon. If you enjoyed the video, please give it the old thumbs up, share it around, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and go check out my Leon Scenario A Let's Play. And also, if there's any news on the Resident Evil 2 remake on this anniversary, tomorrow I'm going to be uploading maybe like a trailer reaction, or maybe some like news video information. Whatever news we get on Resident Evil 2 remake on the 20th anniversary, I'll be doing a video on that as well. So guys, yo, Resident Evil 2!